million every single day last year. And keep in mind, Brian, General Motors is asking for at least $9 billion more, perhaps as much as $16 billion more, and many believe there will be more after that. Brian?
Staggering figures. Phil LeBeau in the White House briefing room for us tonight. Phil, thanks as always, and with us tonight, as he often joins us for a little perspective on all of this, CNBC's senior economics reporter Steve Leisman. So the Feds said today 250 banks are on the troubled list. 100 banks may close this year. What era is this we're living in, do you think?
Brian, this is an era where my man Phil LeBeau, who wants to be writing about autos out of Detroit, is in Washington, which is the most important place for the auto industry right now. We're in an era right now where the economy is about to suffer its worst downturn since the 1980s, the banking system, the worst downturn since the Great Depression, and all the stuff we're talking about with the budget are so that the economy doesn't get down to where the banks are right now. It's a time, I think, when Americans have really had to question what they think when you have a business not taking care of itself and the government having to take care of it all. It's a castor oil I don't think most Americans want to drink.
And back to this question I hear everywhere I go, how are we paying for it? Are we literally printing money to pay for it?
Not yet. That is not, as I understand it, at the moment, the intention of the Treasury. They are going to issue a whole lot of debt. You were talking about $1.75 trillion this year, and then trillion and trillion. I don't know about you, Brian, but I missed the point when we got from counting deficits in billions to trillions. That is now the unit of the deficit. 3.65 trillion of deficit over the next 3 years. That means selling bonds.
Always good to see you, despite what you often have to report around here, Steve. Steve Leisman from CNBC. Thanks. And we have some news tonight about the news business, specifically the death of a major American newspaper. The Rocky Mountain News has been serving its readers since the Civil War, but after tomorrow, it comes to an end. The latest victim of the collapse in the newspaper business. Our report on this tonight from NBC's Lee Cowan.
After almost 150 years in print, Colorado's Rocky Mountain News is printing its own obituary tomorrow, its final edition.
It's very rare for you to be able to play the music at your own funeral. I kind of like to do it well.
It's been a rocky goodbye for the Rocky. Faithful readers even protested the publication of pink slips, but to no avail.
It's sad when a voice goes silent, because we're a family, you know? Now I am going to cry.
The news is grim at newspapers all across the country. The recurrent headline:
you first and foremost have what amounts to a bubonic plague of declining revenues.
Falling at a faster pace than at any point in the last 37 years. For the San Francisco Chronicle, the 12th most read newspaper in the country, either its 1,500 employees must agree to deep cuts, or its printing presses will grind to a halt too.
You cannot keep cutting these newspaper staffs and expect to have a product left that people are going to want to buy, and then you just sort of get into an accelerating death spiral.
The list is long. The Chicago Tribune, Los Angeles Times, Minneapolis Star-Tribune, and the Philadelphia Inquirer have all recently filed for bankruptcy. The Detroit News and the Detroit Free Press now only offer home delivery 3 days a week. Even the mighty New York Times is making cutbacks to stave off defaulting on millions of dollars in debt. Circulation has fallen too, about 2% every year for the last several years. So much so, there are only about 10 cities left that still have major competing dailies. The worry?
When the cat's away, the mice will play. And without a good, strong local newspaper to try to keep folks clean, you've got trouble.
A vanishing and valued ritual, disappearing in black and white. Lee Cowan, NBC News, Chicago.
And by the way, it was the Rocky Mountain News that won a Pulitzer for its writing and photography of a memorable story called Final Salute back in 2005. It chronicled the story of America's war dead. The images were all the more striking because they were seldom seen in this country during the height of the Iraq War. And just today, in fact, we learned the Pentagon has reversed its ban on coverage of our returning war dead. The ban, which barred pictures of flag-draped coffins as they arrived at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware, has been in place since the first Bush administration. The latest on that story tonight from our Pentagon correspondent, Jim Miklaszewski.
It is the most solemn of military ceremonies the American people are not permitted to see. The arrival of those flag-draped coffins carrying America's war dead back home. Until today, when Defense Secretary Robert Gates lifted the Pentagon's 18-year ban on the ceremonies at Dover Air Force Base and gave that decision to the families of the fallen.
We should not presume to make the decision for the families. We should actually let them make it.
To Joint Chiefs Chairman Admiral Mike Mullen, it's something Americans should see.
It's an extraordinarily well-run, dignified, respectful ceremony.
The ban on media coverage was ordered by the first President Bush after an embarrassing shot on split-screen TV showed him bantering with the press while Americans killed in Panama arrived at Dover. While banned in the U.S., allies like Great Britain permit such coverage, and Canadians line their so-called Highway of Heroes to pay tribute to their fallen. Critics claim the U.S. ban was an attempt to hide the human cost of war, including the nearly 5,000 Americans killed in Iraq and Afghanistan.
I think it was designed to conceal the pain that goes with the war.
But not all families welcome the news. John Ellsworth's son was killed in Iraq. He fears media coverage during such an emotional time will only add to his family stress.
That should be a private moment. There are other opportunities for the media to be involved.
Ultimately, however, it will be up to the families to decide just how to honor their loved ones, with or without the media. But for the first time in 18 years, they will now have a choice. Jim Miklaszewski, NBC News, the Pentagon.
And a program note here, the Secretary of Defense, Robert Gates, will be David Gregory's exclusive guest this Sunday on Meet the Press. When we continue here tonight, our special series on making sense of this economic meltdown tonight, who is actually hiring? Where are the jobs out there? And later, something special about this school in Washington and what we could all learn from it.
I really want to be a part of your party too.
Sometimes I'm way too far away from you. My little heart lonely. Suddenly we can be together.
Finally, I'm one of you.
You love your pet, but not the hair that clings to your clothes. Thanks to Bounce, you can keep your clothes looking great all day. That's unbelievable pet hair repellency. That's the wonder of Bounce.
I absolutely love playing badminton. Aleve makes me pain-free, so I can move on the court.
Only 2 Aleve can stop pain all day. That would take twice as many Advil or 4 times as many Tylenol.
With Aleve, I'll never stop playing badminton.
Hot waffles. The smell of warm maple syrup.
You know the smell after it rains? That's it.
Whatever scents fill your household, Tidy Cat Scoop neutralizes the odors of multiple cats. New Tidy Cat Scoop. Keep home smelling like home.
Batter's up, and so is Jones, checking the sign to the men's room.
Oh, not the first time. He's going over and over.
Now Johnson's rounding the corner, heading for the men's room.
Going urgently.
You bet. Carter steps out. He was in there a long time.
Stopping and starting. These guys should see their doctor.
Good point. Could be male urinary symptoms due to BPH and enlarged prostate.
For many guys, prescription Flomax reduces their urinary symptoms due to BPH in 1 week.
1 week?
Only your doctor can tell if you have BPH, not a more serious condition like prostate cancer.
Avoid driving or hazardous tasks for 12 hours after your first dose or increase in dose, as a sudden drop in blood pressure may occur, rarely resulting in fainting. If considering cataract surgery, tell your eye surgeon you've taken Flomax.
Common side effects are runny nose, dizziness, and decrease in semen.
Ask your doctor if Flomax is right for you.
Call 877-4-FLOMAX to see if you qualify for up to $40 off Flomax prescription.
For many men, Flomax can make a difference in 1 week.
Pride, progress, and redefining the American dream. We the People, a special series, next week on NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams.
It's the GOP's first 2012 cattle call. Who will be branded most likely to steer the party? Countdown with Keith Olbermann. Tonight, only on MSNBC.
We're back, and now to our series of reports in conjunction with our friends at CNBC on this economic meltdown. Tonight, the topic is jobs, and we have another grim new number. 667,000 Americans filed for first-time unemployment benefits. Just last week, that's the highest number since 1982. Though it might not seem that way for the newly unemployed, there are businesses that are doing well and industries that are hiring out there. That report from CNBC's Sue Herrera.
Jim McFarland's shoe repair business in South Lakeland, Florida, is thriving.
despite a troubled economy.
Instead of going out and buying a new pair of shoes, they're going to bring them in and get them repaired.
It's a trend that helped make mechanic Roger Payne of San Antonio a small business success story.
Being a mechanic, it was kind of dreaming about doing that, you know, having your own shop.
Payne quit his job at an auto repair shop and opened one in his own backyard.
Business is really good right now. I don't know if it's luck or what, but it worked. I'm happy.
Beyond individual businesses, there are actually sectors of the American job market that are growing rapidly and hiring aggressively. Healthcare is one.
There are a lot of different ways to go there. You can become a nurse. You can become a health service administrator. A healthcare aide, an orderly, they are fairly secure because there's going to be high demand for quite a while.
Accounting and some technology sectors are also flourishing. More than 55,000 employment ads are posted on Dice.com. It's a technology jobs website where software engineers, system administrators, and help desk jobs are in demand. Another growing field, education.
Adult education is the one area that's showing a lot of growth because people are retraining.
Despite these pockets of optimism and opportunity, many people still face a job market full of uncertainty.
I think we're in for 2 years, maybe even 5 years of dislocation and change.
Have to help you?
Meantime, experts predict businesses that survive now will thrive when the economy turns around.
Thank you very much.
That's good news for successful entrepreneurs like Roger Payne.
She's not going to be cranky. When it slows down, I can come in and see her instead of being gone, 10 hours a day.
Who's getting some side benefits that are priceless. Sue Herrera, CNBC, New York.
One of the most anticipated comebacks in sports recently ended abruptly today as Tiger Woods lost in the second round of his comeback tournament out in Arizona. Tiger was bested by South African Tim Clark, ranked 33rd in this tournament. Clark managed 4 birdies in 6 holes, defeating the defending champ. Tiger hadn't played since his knee surgery 8 months ago. When we come back, the new hard times, a bear market that could mean big trouble.
Are you like me? I have high blood pressure, and I have high cholesterol.
But he treats both with one pill.
Catawit makes it easier to manage my 2 conditions. Catawit contains 2 proven medicines, one for lowering high blood pressure, the other for lowering high cholesterol, combined in one pill. Catawit. That works for me.
Catawit is one of many treatment options, in addition to diet and exercise that he discussed with his doctor.
Catawit is not for everyone. It's not for people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. To check for liver problems, you need simple blood tests. Tell your doctor about any heart problems and all other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Along with diet and exercise, Catawit effectively lowers both high blood pressure and high cholesterol. 2 medicines, 1 pill. Ask your doctor if Catawit is right for you.
Anxious about quitting cold turkey? Make that first step easier with the Nicoderm CQ patch. Nicoderm steps you down from nicotine gradually, doubling your chance for success. Nicoderm CQ, 3 steps, 10 weeks, and you're free.
Little bodies are different than big bodies. They need special attention and special care. Nobody knows that better than Children's Tylenol. It works with little bodies to reduce fevers while easing aches and pains. For over 50 years, pediatricians and parents have trusted Children's Tylenol to care for little bodies while they're growing big.
Did you know 1 in 3 men will face prostate issues?
1 in 3, really?
That's why One A Day Men's is a complete multivitamin with selenium, which emerging research suggests can help prostate health. One A Day Men's.
My muscles are strong. My heart and digestion are healthy. My coat's so shiny, I can see myself. When I play, it's a power play.
How does your dog food stack up to IM's Proactive Health? The ingredients to promote 7 signs of healthy vitality? No other dog food stacks up like IM's.
I am more than just a dog. I'm an IAMS dog.
IAMS Proactive Health. Take the IAMS Nutrition Check now at IAMS.com.
He is the youngest congressman ever, a political rising star. Find out why he's in the spotlight on Capitol Hill tomorrow on Today on NBC.
In depth tonight, a very troubling development overseas, the economic downturn that has hit Russia. Until recently, as you may know, they've been enjoying almost unprecedented boom times. That is until now. And the concern now is a political shift and the shock waves that could easily hit the U.S. More from NBC's Jim Maceda, just outside Moscow.
It's called Electrostal, or electric steel, about 50 miles from Moscow, named for its heavy machine factory. Since the 30s, the town's been a symbol of steady work and good life, but today, much of the plant is idle. Hundreds have been laid off, like Yuri Maslov, who's never seen it so bad. No one knows what's going to happen, he says. Everything's just shutting down. The pain felt in hundreds of one-company towns like Electric Steel is spreading across Russia. The economy, booming when the price of key exports like oil and natural gas was high, contracted by almost 9% just last month. Since the fall, stocks have dropped by 80%, the ruble off 25%, and unemployment up by the same.
There was roughly $1 trillion of value destroyed in the Russian equity market, and it's been a tremendous disappointment.
And increasingly, it's middle-class Russians who are taking the pain to the streets. It started as a small protest by car dealers in Russia's Far East after the Kremlin raised duties on foreign cars. But last month, flash protests by opposition groups swept through Moscow, moving by subway, scuffling with riot police. For many, the chants of Russia without Putin were shocking. During 8 years of now Prime Minister Vladimir Putin's presidency, Russians like Dmitry Samarin, a Moscow car dealer, willingly gave Putin a free hand to rule in exchange for prosperity, sacrificing personal freedoms to be part of a new resurgent Russia.
People are getting less and less happy. That's a very bad signal for the government.
Now, Samarin's sitting on $4 million of foreign cars he can't sell and blames the crisis on the man he once voted for, Putin. Meanwhile, the Kremlin, say some Russia analysts, is trying to buy time, pumping billions of dollars into bankrupt factories while cracking down on anti-Kremlin protests, hoping that somehow this global crisis solves itself. So do the people of Electric Steel, but they worry about more unrest. Here, they know their Russian history, and living in the shadow of Vladimir Lenin, don't want another revolution. Jim Maceda, NBC News, Electric Steel, Russia.
And back in this country, Stevland Hardaway Judkins was an honored guest at the White House last night, though you may know him by his other name, Stevie Wonder. It turns out when Barack and Michelle Obama were dating, Stevie was one of the things they both loved. So last night was payback in a way. The president presented Stevie with the Library of Congress Gershwin Prize, saying, quote, "Had I not been a Stevie Wonder fan, Michelle might not have dated me, we might not have married. The fact that we agreed on Stevie was part of the essence of our courtship," end of quote. We're back with more right after this.
It's Lobster Fest. And this year, we've created more irresistible ways to love lobster than ever. With decadent entrees like our Lobster Lover's Dream with tender Maine and rock lobster tails. Or succulent wood-grilled lobster and shrimp, flame-seared to seal in the juices. And 11 other irresistible lobster creations, each served with a fresh salad and warm Cheddar Bay biscuits. It's Lobster Fest, right now at Red Lobster.
Itchy dry scalp? Could be your shampoo. Finally, there's a new Selsun Blue just for itchy dry scalp. Strong itch fighters, plus 5 hydrating moisturizers. Stop the itch and leave hair healthy.
No more itch.
New Selsun Blue itchy dry scalp.
Got a clue? Get the blue.
Hot waffles. The smell of warm maple syrup.
You know the smell after rain? That's it.
Whatever scents fill your household, Tidy Cat Scoop neutralizes the odors of multiple cats. New Tidy Cat Scoop. Keep home smelling like home.
Jenna asks, have you been here? Like that's ever going to happen. So make sure you're protected with Tenna Serenity's complete line of bladder weakness products. Tenna, real protection for real life. And try Tenna Overnight Pads. specially designed for lie-down protection so you can get a good night's sleep.
Oh, hey, there's that Mr. Clean magic eraser thing again. Clean freak.
Whoa. Is he better than us?
I mean, I feel like it took you like 3 times longer to do whatever he did.
He's got these, like, micro scrubbers.
Yeah, I guess. Magic man.
Magic man. What?
I just want to be squeezed.
Remove 3 times more grime per swipe with the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser Extra Power.
Jillian, you had occasional irregularities. I know that you were just living with.
That was my normal.
I thought that was normal. What changed?
I saw Activia in my mom's fridge, tried it for a couple weeks, and it's liberating.
Activia! Today's the day to announce the newest big money winner at Publishers Clearinghouse, and here it is. The Prize Patrol just surprised the winner, and now you can watch the actual winning moment at PCHTV.com. Go to PCHTV.com, watch, and you can win too.
This is a KGW News Channel 8 update.
Next, his wife and son gunned down, and no one seems to know why. The murder that's rocked the Dalles. And going up, how much more it'll cost you to get into the Oregon Zoo.
I'm Keely Chalmers. Once again, sunshine will fill the sky. I'll let you know how long it will stick around coming up at 6.
We want to end tonight with a story from a school in Washington, D.C. Tonight, the school community is gathering to mark Black History Month at D.C. Prep. The school serves 740 students in Washington. It was created 6 years ago to bridge a big educational divide in that city, to offer educational excellence to grades pre-K through 8, a student body 98% African American. But the story tonight is about the magical power of a mirror on the wall.
You guys are super smart.
It was a simple thing, a competition for the best bulletin board during Black History Month. And because of the profound impact that the election of President Obama has had on this school, one teacher had an idea. Among all the prominent African Americans, put the president at the kids' level.
Barack Obama.
Then put a mirror there with the words, "Now do you see what you can be?" He did. It had the intended effect.
I thought of the kids, we always tell them to dream big. And then the mirror, I said that, okay, let them look in the mirror and see that, okay, this is who I am now, but no matter what, I can accomplish anything despite who I am.
And the kids, these 4-year-olds, have so far seen an astronaut, a singer, a boxer, and more than one police officer staring back in the mirror. One parent was so moved by the experience, she decided to go back and get her high school diploma, even though it was designed to let the little guys dream of big things, just like the president did.
Looking into the mirror, they see themselves. And they don't see Barack Obama. They don't see Maya Angelou. They don't see Oprah Winfrey. They see themselves. And if they see themselves, they can just decide that, oh, I can accomplish anything I dream. I can be anyone who I want to be. This one little boy, he passed and he's like, I want to be an astronaut. And that just hit me. That hit me.
By all of these guests, pretty much all of them household names. There was sort of a no musical barriers or boundaries that we couldn't go right through.
Join us Sunday at 8 p.m.
I support OPB at the cornerstone level. There isn't anything really more important to me than knowledge.
I virtually live and breathe OPB.
It keeps me tuned in to what's going on in the world.
My morning starts with it, my night ends with it.
OPB is my lifeline to the state, to the arts, to politics, to what's happening internationally.
I love the Oregon Public Broadcasting Cornerstone Society. It is a very meaningful place to share my enthusiasm and my passion for OPB.
To find out more about the OPB Cornerstone Society, please visit opb.org/cornerstone or call Julie Arnzen at 503-977-7765.
Laugh once again with America's Clown Prince, Red Skelton.
That must be a stranger, because nobody blocks my cue cards.
See all the mischief, miscue.
Tell me, why do you wear your watch out all the time? I didn't have it out. Now ask me.
and hysterical mishaps.
Hey, look, somebody threw a rock through the window.
From one of America's best-loved comedians, it's the best of Red Skelton.
Friday night at 8:30, here on OPB.
Women, now is the time to take control of your financial destiny. Emmy-winning finance expert Susie Orman is back with new, inspiring advice for women of all ages.
To become powerful with money, you have to become powerful with who you are.
An unforgettable television event. Don't miss Susie Orman, Women and Money.
The Collins Foundation. The Collins Foundation is dedicated to improving the quality of life in Oregon.
The Oregon Clinic, providing innovative care in over 30 medical specialties and subspecialties, serving the healthcare needs of the greater Portland area for 15 years.